Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. It's David Hodge.
Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. My name is Fatima Hodge. I am an active prophetess representing Master Suleiman, Messenger of the Covenant. Today, we are going to have a critique on the NOI's broadcast that they give every Sunday. So before we get into that, we're going to get started with identifying their so-called leader. So sisters and brothers, the leader of the NOI at this time is Farrakhan. Farrakhan is the son of a devil. Now, the lesson tells us that the devils, which are our open enemy, are in fact our enemies. Right. They are in fact our enemies. It identifies that these Caucasians are the devils who are our enemies. And Farrakhan is the son of a devil. His mother is a black woman. And that gets back to the time of our servitude. And we're still in that, however, well, actually, we're out of that time. However, during the time of your so-called slavery, the black woman was raped relentlessly, forced to carry the white man's seed, forced. And this is to produce more slaves, and also to produce children that look like me and you, but they are in fact masses children. They're in fact Caucasians in black skin, and they're hard to identify because they look like us, they talk like us, they walk like us. But they are not us. They don't think like us. They think exactly like their fathers, because that is their nature. They are house Negroes. So we have these house Negroes taking control over the black community, as if, their opinion is who we are, or their nature is who we are, and it's not. Which is why there's so much conflict in the black community, because we are in fact mixed together with two different natures. And Farrakhan is the son of a Caucasian man from the rape of the black woman. Farrakhan's mother was raped by a Caucasian man that produced Farrakhan. And just as devils have been exposed, the Son of Man has also exposed who demons are. And demons are our hidden enemies. And who did I identify that are hidden within our nation? But they look like us. They talk like us. They walk like us. That is those house Negroes. Sisters and brothers, Farrakhan is in fact a house Negro a black-skinned Caucasian man. He has the mind of the devil. And he is in fact over the Nation of Islam. That is totally against his nature. Because we are in fact, we have two different natures. And they place this man over the Nation of Islam. As if he's the Messiah. As if he's the one that's coming to save the black man and woman. When he's actually the one that's coming to tear down the black man and woman. And he's actually the one that's coming to deceive you. The one who's coming to make sure you're taken down and put in the grave right along with him. That is his goal. His goal is not to save me and you, sisters and brothers. But that is what he's going to portray. Because he's living off of you. He's making you give him money. They're asking for money every Sunday for the knowledge. And that shouldn't be taking place. But that's what they're doing. Taking from the members. And there's nothing being produced from it. So he's living off of you. So he's definitely going to be out to deceive you. And Farrakhan is in fact blind. And he's leading the blind. Because the people that he's leading are also blind because they can't see that he is, in fact, the son of a devil. And it's totally against the teaching of the God and the most honorable Elijah Muhammad that they claim that they're preaching and teaching.
Exactly. Which we know that they're not. Which we can prove that they're not. Just by the simple fact that there are devils in the temple. The fact that he's bringing in those devils, which during the time of when Elijah was here, they were not allowed to be in the temple. They weren't allowed to come in and join as members. They're putting devils in suits, in FOI suits. And he has completely changed the teachings 100%. He has done away with the teachings. He has said devils aren't devils anymore, which is, in fact, still a actual fact in the Supreme Wisdom Lessons. But he claims otherwise, that the messenger said don't call him that anymore. Like she explained, because he's a demon. He has the mind of his devil fathers. So like she explained, he can't believe his luck. He can't believe that he swindled a black nation that was built for the liberation and the justice for black people, that was going to uplift them and give them the materials to do for self. He couldn't believe that he gained control over this group of black individuals, because it's just like, imagine if a black man was passing as a Caucasian man, and he got a hold of the KKK, and he started going in to the Ku Klux Klan and started telling them that blacks aren't cursed, and blacks aren't stupid and dumb, and you see, start saying blacks are great people, and blacks are equal just like me and you, and start saying we don't call blacks niggers anymore, we call them our brothers. And you start inviting blacks into the Ku Klux Klan and start getting Ku Klux Klan members to join forces with blacks and start changing the teachings. So that's exactly, in fact, what he has done to the Nation of Islam. He has changed the teachings completely. He no longer teaches Islam. He teaches Sunniism. He no longer teaches mathematics or those things of that nature. He teaches Scientology. And he gives L. Ron Hubbard their mind, the mind of a devil.
Exactly. And it also identifies in the scriptures that Farrakhan is Legion. Louis Eugene Brown.
Mm-hmm.
That's Farrakhan's actual name.
His birth name.
Louis Eugene Grounds. Legion. Louis Eugene Grounds of the NOI. NOI is left, right? Backwards. Because he's turned the NOI backwards.
Exactly.
And that's exactly what Brother David is speaking about.
Yes, ma'am.
He's turned the NOI backwards, and it identifies that in the scriptures. He says that he's legion. And it said, for we are many.
Right.
It's many of demons
Right.
surrounding us, sisters and brothers. Half of our nation has been corrupted.
Right. Yes, ma'am.
All right.
And as well, the scriptures tell you that, in fact, that, like she explained, it was many. You know, he's the chief demon. He's the head demon. And it said it would be many with him. So he has filled the temple, which he called mosque, with demons and devils. And that's also in the scripture. Because he represents the pastors and the preachers, and he calls Christians his brothers. And he said you shouldn't take Christians as friends. So he has turned the temple into a church house. And what did the scriptures say? It says, on this rock I built my church, and the gates of hell would not prevail. Meaning that the gate between the church and hell would fail. Meaning that what's keeping the devils and the demons out of the church is a gate, and it would fail, meaning it wouldn't be victorious. So it means that the church would be filled with devils and demons. So that's another indication that he has turned the temple into a church and has allowed it to be filled with devils and demons, just like himself. Because, in fact, that's all he can attract.
Exactly. And Farrakhan is now being exposed for being the chief demon, for being Aaron. All these people that all the descriptions that he meets, he's being exposed as we speak. And he's in defense mode.
Right.
Because, like we shared, he needs these members.
Exactly.
So he's going to do everything in his power to keep them.
Right.
Because not only does he need them for their money, he also needs them to protect him.
Exactly.
Because last time I checked, Farrakhan is in a wheelchair.
Right.
He can't move for himself. He can't do anything for himself.
Right. And why is that?
Because Farrakhan is in fact disemboweled. And today on this NOI broadcast, Ishmael, which is a sellout, he shares that all things that takes place are what's the exact
by the will of Allah.
By the will of Allah.
By permission.
Exactly.
Of Allah.
Nothing happens. There we go.
Right.
Nothing happens without the will of Allah. So if that's the case, then Farrakhan is disemboweled.
Right.
By the will of Allah.
Right. So he should be saying all praises due to Allah for disemboweling him then, right?
And we know that disembowelment is a special chastisement from Allah for hypocrites. And Farrakhan is, in fact, a hypocrite. So, sisters and brothers, he is out to defend himself wholeheartedly because he's in need. They know that their time is near. But they're going to lie all the way until the end.
Right.
Because they want you to go down with them.
Exactly. Got nothing to lose.
They said they would reach out from their graves.
Right.
Take you down with him.
Exactly.
Farrakhan is being exposed as being the chief demon.
Liar. Thief.
He has no future.
Exactly.
And he knows this. He knows this. This is why he's working around the clock to take your money and make sure you go down with him.
Exactly. That's what the scriptures say.
Because I'm not going down alone, right? That's what the mindset of these devils are.
What else would a wicked person do?
And that's exactly what he's doing over there to those members. He's teaching them. He's not teaching them anything.
Right, confusing them,
misleading them, not telling them anything.
Right.
And he says the so-called the war, all this taking place, right?
It has begun.
But he's not preparing his members for
a
lick of it.
Not one thing. Even though it hasn't begun.
But one thing that they are doing is blaming the members and sharing that they're so sinful.
Exactly.
Oh, you're in this situation because you won't let go of the devil. You won't all these things that they're blaming the product instead of the manufacturer.
Exactly. They never blame the devil. You know? It's all our fault.
Exactly.
We're the ones.
And they claim that, oh, you were supposed to be in had a nation. This had this, we had this, then we had this. But
ain't you the leader?
If Farrakhan is the leader, why don't you have these things?
Right. You should be the example, the reflection of that
nation.
So that means you know.
And you're in a wheelchair.
Right.
So the reflection of that is nothing. It's death. So that's the reflection of the leader. So that's the reflection of his nation.
Exactly.
That's where it's going. So sisters and brothers, we have to understand that they are in defense mode right now.
Right. That's exactly what they do.
And they're on there every Sunday
pleading to
trying to
Farrakhan.
Cover up the fact that demons are a real thing.
Right.
A physical thing, just like devils are physical. All these things are physical, but they tell you that they're invisible. So you think things are invisible, but things are physical, and they want to get you out of reality, so they tell you things are invisible. But we're in fact in reality.
Right.
Sisters and brothers.
Everything's real.
Real. Demons are real.
So we can deal with it, see it, handle it.
Exactly.
You see?
And they try to cover up the fact of demon blood. One drop of blood makes you black, or
it might.
But
it don't make you original.
Or saying we got two natures.
Right.
You don't have two natures. You have one nature.
Try to dismiss that their leader is a son of a devil.
Yes, sir.
That's what they're doing. That's what it's about. The cover up is so he won't blow his jig. You see? He won't blow his cover, because if they find out that, it's game over for him. So that's what, like you said, they in defense mode, constantly spending countless amount of hours and time trying to figure out how can they defend Farrakhan. They waste more time trying to defend Farrakhan than leading our people and preparing our people for the time of unprecedented trouble.
Exactly. Yes, sir.
And you say the war has begun. All these things have begun, and that's serious. So why aren't you preparing them? Is it because you don't know how to prepare them? Because you don't have knowledge to prepare them? Or is it the fact that you're not trying to prepare them? Even if you had the knowledge to do so. Because you're the devil.
And he shared that he's not going to tell them about it. He's going to tell them more about it on Savior's Day.
Right.
What? It's so many days before Savior's Day. Why can't you speak about this? Is important. This is about my life. This is about your people's life, and you care about your people.
Immediately.
Why aren't you talking about it before?
Why aren't you present? Where are you at? Why are you hiding? Can you walk? Can you talk? Are you able to stand on your feet without drugs? What's going on with you? You hanging on by a limb? You see?
He can't even take care of himself, sisters and brothers.
Exactly.
So how is he going to take care of you?
Right.
How is he going to tell you anything? How is he going
to save you? Right. He can't even save himself.
Exactly.
That's a lie within itself. That's a contradictory within itself.
Exactly. And they also, and we wanted to identify some of the, things that was said today, which was they had one of the sisters up there speaking, sharing how, gaze into the eye of a man or looking at, they said looking at a sister or a brother basically is, shouldn't be done. when that's not the case. There's nothing wrong with looking at someone when you're engaging with someone, when you're speaking with someone. When heads up, you're communicating with someone. Exactly.
Right.
You don't want to sit down with your head down like this, talking. You have to look up and look at a person.
That sounds like our experience of slavery. You couldn't look up at Massa and his wife.
Right. So they saying that you shouldn't. This is exactly what they're saying, that you shouldn't look at one another in the eye. However, gazing is a different thing. It said that we shouldn't gaze. It said we shouldn't gaze. Yes, because gazing is staring at someone.
Right.
Just staring at someone.
Right.
Deeply, sexually, eyeballing them. That's
look at them directly, just staring off at them.
Exactly. That's when it becomes out of order. That's when it becomes a problem.
That should feel awkward for you anyway.
You shouldn't, exactly. However, looking at a brother or sister when you're communication and you have communication, that is normal.
Right.
So that's another thing, just one small thing that they're deterring you from.
Right.
And then they say that nothing happens without the will of Allah. Once again, that statement. And they also, then they bring up in the beginning that we have to know how to eat to live. Because you're in control of your own life, right? So if you're in control, then why you said I thought the will of Allah. Exactly. So I'm not in control. Allah is in control, right? Which one is it? Contradict themselves.
Right. Totally. No, you good. Totally confused over there. Which one is it? You know, is it you reap what you sow, or is it you reap what Allah say you sow, or do you reap what you see? Well, Allah chooses. You see, but last time I checked, it's you reap what you sow. So you are in control of everything that goes on in your life. You're the one building the stair steps to your future. Every action has a reaction. So you're the cause of everything that takes place in your life. But they got it confused because they're praising mystery gods. They're praying. They're on their knees.
Exactly.
We don't pray to nobody because we are the gods.
Exactly. And they're asking. The way they talk is as if they're Christians, and that's exactly how it's spooky. As if God allows it. This right. What does that mean? Exactly. Because if you are in control, then aren't you? Wouldn't you be the one that's causing you to get up?
Exactly.
Right?
Oh,
okay.
Thank God. Thank you.
Right. Thank Allah for allowing me to wake up today. You still speaking like Christians.
Right.
The way that's exactly, because we know that we walk ourselves up. We are in control.
Exactly.
You are in control of yourself constantly. So it's nobody waking you up and steering no spooky, nothing. So at that point, we know that the God has been identified as Master Farah Muhammad.
Exactly.
Especially this God of this time has been identified as Master Farah Muhammad. And so you're identifying Master Farah Muhammad as the one that's doing all these things and waking you up in the morning. How is he doing that? And he's a man like me and you.
Right.
And identifies that God is a man. Mm-hmm. And what chapter is that?
That's Hebrews
7, yes sir. Right. In Hebrews 7, identify that God is a man. So, if God is a man, why is he spookily waking you up?
Right.
What? And don't you wake right? So, sisters and brothers, they are leading you right to your destruction, and we have to make sure this message is out to wake our sisters and brothers up from that dead state, because right now our body's in a coma. And we have to get our body parts up. We have to get, in that process when you're in the dead vegetable state. Nothing's moving but your brain cells, but you have no direction because you're not moving. Your body's not functioning. None other parts are moving. Right. So we got to get that body moving again. We're a dead body, but we got to get that body moving again. And Farrakhan is trying to keep that body dead. Right. He's standing next to that bed with our body laying there, trying to keep us dead. Sisters and brothers, he's praying over our body. He's making sure our body. He's sisters and brothers. We have to understand that we have to detach from this gravitational vortex, which is our enemy's mind, our enemy's our enemy's mindset, because it is totally against us and is 100%. Killing our nation.
Right.
And Farrakhan is preaching to you a bunch of lies,
Right.
which is keeping you in the
Right.
dark, keeping you in the dark, and that's all that's out there.
The truth.
Well, there's light out here, but
Lowering your level of thinking.
yes,
Keeping
sir.
you under the control of the master.
Exactly.
Which is the proper way to do it. You see?
Yes.
Totally destroying you and psychologically terrorizing you with fear and telling you so sinful. The
Yes,
last
sir.
time I checked, it said you was blessed. And it
Yes, sir.
says the accuser of our brother would be casted down.
Yes, sir. And who's the accuser? Who's been accusing you, sisters and brothers?
Right.
Farrakhan.
Farrakhan. It's
And-
about crippled FBI agent.
Yes, sir. But it also shows that Aaron got all of his followers destroyed right along with himself.
Right.
Read Exodus. So, a lot of those sisters and brothers over there, they're just like Farrakhan.
Exactly.
Because that's all he can produce.
Exactly. The devil.
That's all he can produce.
Exactly.
And there's probably a few, original people in
You
there.
got friends.
And those people who are the people who are asking questions now.
Right.
Who are the people who are trying
Rising up
to understand what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're not, it's not making any sense.
These people here talking about this, they make a lot of sense.
And if Islam is mathematics, mathematics is Islam.
Right.
Then why isn't these things equaling out?
Right.
Making sense.
Making logical sense and reasoning. Hmm?
And soon, they're going to be fully exposed, sisters and brothers.
Right.
Soon, very soon. Farrakhan, they're on their last limb.
Mm-hmm.
This is why they're
Right.
using everything
That's
in there.
what
They're taking all the tricks out their pockets
Every
to deceive you.
Mm-hmm.
So you got you got two different natures, all these things. You don't have two different natures, only one nature. You can't be an apple and orange. How can you be an apple and orange?
Right. Which one
Has anyone ever produced a cat and a dog? And this side the cat, this side the dog? It doesn't make any sense. No, sir. We have two different natures.
Right. Either you're righteous or you wicked.
Or either you're with
Or you're
someone
devil.
who is wicked and you're picking up on their thoughts, so it's
Right.
causing you to act as if you
That's
are
nothing.
like that, or you're living in a
That's program.
cat house and you're a dog, and
Right.
eventually you're going to have to start doing things like the cats, because this is how the cat house works. So
Right.
this dog start being like a cat all of a sudden because but he's actually a dog,
Mhm.
and he doesn't realize that he's in the cat house and he's having to function with these rules that these cats have, but it's totally against him because he's a dog, but he has him to obey by them because he's in their house.
Right.
So he eventually starts to act like them
Mm-hmm.
due to survival.
Right.
So that's exactly what our nation is doing.
Exactly.
We're having to act like these demons due to survival. What we don't realize is that it's killing us.
Right.
And due to survival, we don't realize that this reality is coming to an end.
Right. You know,
So now we have to stop the act.
Right.
Put the act to a close.
Right.
And you have your vision,
Yeah.
which is the Abrahamic
And that's
covenant.
another thing. That's another reason why we acted other than ourselves. Because we didn't know we had a second option. Farrakhan didn't give it to him. Which that's what the Nation of Islam was for. To raise up the black man and woman and tell them they was what? Separate. That they was going home. And we was getting out of here. So you see? And they was supposed to be told a second option. That we was leaving. That's the teaching. That's the basis of the teaching. That we was leaving. We was getting out of America. The fall of America, right? But he's preaching what? To stay in America.
And what it say? The message to the black man and woman of America.
Yeah.
Not to all those other.
Right. Central America and South America and all those other Americas.
Then they have this Mexican brother up there.
He ain't no brother.
Mexican man up there. Excuse me, sister.
Right.
Excuse me. They have this Mexican man up there preaching as if he's original.
Yeah. Every Sunday.
I know y'all wonder why this light-skinned man. You are not light-skinned. You are
Right.
Caucasian.
You're a devil.
You are a devil.
Exactly.
That's clear as day. You're not light-skinned. So
be happy.
that statement is a lie.
Right.
That alone, that statement. Why'd you have to lie about that? You
Exactly.
clearly see that. That's how you know that
He-
they're lying,
he
sisters
know-
and brothers.
he
Everybody,
know.
everything else. Because they lied about that small thing. And he's not even light-skinned.
Right. And he's the one up there talking about that.
Yes, sir.
Trying to tell you that this message is for everybody because he's in the wrong. He's not supposed to be up there. He know it. He feels the guilt. He feels the pressure on him. And he knows he shouldn't be up there. But he's saying this message is for everybody. It's for the Dominican brothers. For all that old crap. But if you read Message to the Black Man, it directly tells you who it's for. It says the black men and women of America here,
Yes,
where the messenger was, where the God came and raised him up at. We're not worried about
those who
nobody
suffered.
else. Right. Suffered
The
here in
Abrahamic
America for
covenant.
400 years here. Not in Africa, not over there in Hades, not over there in this and that, not over there, like she said, Central and South America and all that crap. No, the black men and women of America here. Didn't nobody give a damn about us. And we don't give a damn about what they going through.
Pray for these, pray for them, pray for them. We didn't know what pray for us.
Right.
No one did nothing. We don't. Prayer ain't real.
Prayer don't work anyway.
No one did it for us.
Y'all didn't act on a damn thing, but y'all did travel over here and mingle with the devil and watch us be enslaved and made miserable. And did none of y'all ever stand up or speak up for us and say, them are our brothers? Did not a damn soul come and step up for us or speak up for us and speak about our treatment and say that it's not right what y'all doing to them? And y'all need to cut it out or we gonna do something about it. They never give a damn because they had a helping hand in our destruction and still do. Because now it's time for us to go back on, we at the bottom, and now it's time for us to go back to the top. And that's going to cause an arrangement that's going to shift their, you know what I'm saying? Where they are in life. No one wants to give up their position.
Yeah.
So now that's going to cause a shift.
Yes, sir.
Exactly.
Yes, sir. Exactly. So, sisters and brothers, today we want to identify this clown show today. And they give it every Sunday. And that's why we identify it as the fraud cast, because they're frauds.
Exactly.
A bunch of frauds.
Mm-hmm. Bunch of lies.
And
Falsity.
Farrakhan is in fact a Jew.
Portuguese. Black
He's a
face,
Jew, which is
false
why
Israel.
he's not explaining anything about those Jews.
Right, because he can't speak
Because
against
who is he? A Jew. He
Right.
gonna talk about his own people?
Mm-hmm. That's his daddy.
He's just like those people over there.
Right.
So he's definitely not about to speak about it.
Right.
On top of him, they're telling him not to talk about it.
Right. That's why he said some are good. Which
Exactly.
Is a lie.
Which is a complete lie.
Scripture said none of them good.
None.
Not one.
Not one. So sisters and brothers, we have to understand that false Israel is Satan.
Exactly what it is.
They're Satan. And anyone that is worshiping them have that mark. So that's another thing that they deceive you with. You know, the mark of the beast is anyone who's worshiping false Israel. Right? So if that's the case, then everyone who's pushing this vision is worshiping Satan. Right? So,
Right.
because they're in control of what? This vision.
Exactly.
They're in control of everything.
And if you go against them, what happens?
You're either murdered,
Right. They put you under siege.
you're under siege,
You
exactly
can't
what.
buy and sell. You can't do anything. So that's why you'll be attacked.
Exactly. And that's why you all need to stop worshiping this reality. Because you're stop worshiping anything. But I'm saying,
Stop
you
pushing
have to stop pushing this
vision.
vision. Stop pushing this dream.
It's a dream, right?
It's a dream. Because you're gonna wake up in a nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
Because why is that? Because you're worshiping Satan and you didn't know that, right? Surprise.
And now, right, you're associated with the devil. And you're
Exactly.
pushing his vision, and now
You're gonna go right down with him.
right. And that's what he wants you to
That's
do,
the
right?
fall of America.
Reached from his grave, took you with him, had you associated with him and all his crimes. Means you be just as guilty. And that's what he would want, to destroy you. To get you to sell out your inheritance. Take
Exactly.
reparations. Stuff that don't mean anything. Money's an illusion.
Right. And that's why they don't want you to know your vision, which is the Abrahamic covenant. And sister and brothers, you can find this Abrahamic covenant in Genesis chapter 15, verse 13. And this is the promise that was made to the black man and woman
Mm-hmm.
that they don't want you to know about.
Right.
And this is why they have on their commercials 24/7. You all listen to those commercials. They're trying to bait you with all that money and say, oh, they're distracting you with the Middle East and all these noise and come get this cash. Come
Right.
get these things. No, they are, in fact,
Right.
bribing you to accept reparations, to accept money for your from your enslavement, from the deaths of your mothers, your sisters, your brothers. They're trying to give you money in place for that.
Right.
And you don't see that because you're in need at this time. Right. We're hurting because the black nation is, in fact, being deprived.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why you have to realize that you have a vision.
Right. You said what? People
which is the Abrahamic covenant.
Will perish.
And without this vision, you're going to perish. And that's their plan.
Right.
To have you perish.
That's why they all know it.
So, sisters and brothers, exactly. Yes, ma'am. I mean, yes, sir. Excuse me. We have to realize the Abrahamic covenant, sisters and brothers. And the black woman, this vision is all being done because of you as well, because you have suffered.
Exactly.
For 400 plus years, suffered and has been at the bottom of the barrel for 400 plus years.
Right.
They raped us. We were not protected. None of these things by our men. All these things are being done because of you as well, sisters.
Right.
So we have to understand that we've done our job because our nation is still here today after the genocide they tried to commit on our nation and they committed on everyone and have been successful with our nation.
Right.
That shows the strength of you, sisters, because we had to carry those children.
Right.
We had to bear those children. We had to make sure we were laying down with the original man. We had to keep that promise. And a lot of our sisters are trying to, because they're looking up to our enemies and our demons. These demons are out here that look like us. They're cancer to our nation, but they're looking up to them, and they are getting with Caucasian men. They're breaking that promise that was made, that we made, to continue to produce with our men. And that's exactly why we have to understand that going to the other side is not the best option. It's because you feel like you don't have things, or you want things that these demons have that you can't achieve. You have to know that you have a reward at the end of the day. And all those trinkets and things that you see today are about to be destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
And that man that's going to get you home is going to be a black man, not some Caucasian man that's about to be destroyed, because you're going to be right along with him. And no Caucasian man, any woman with a Caucasian man will never be accepted to return home into safety with us. You're going to be here, right along with these devils. Destroyed because you choose to still
produce for the devil.
Operate for the devil, exactly. However, that's for those sisters that doesn't want to go home. They're not going to want to go home because they love it here.
Right.
The sisters that love your black man, stick beside your black man. Because the end ends well for us, sisters and brothers.
Yes,
we have the Abrahamic covenant. We have a vision. We have a promise that was made to us. And that promise is the best part of planet Earth.
Right.
You're going to give up the best part of planet Earth for some money and trinkets, then that was just your fate. That was what you.
Right.
That's what you chose to do. However, you do have an option.
Life is full of choices.
Yes, sir.
You gotta make the wisest one, the wisest decision. So, like she explained, those sisters sticking in with them black brothers, we appreciate you. But you black brothers.
It's hard out here. It is hard out here.
Yeah, it is tough.
Because you both are. They're getting this whole reality against both of you.
Right.
When you feel it, he feels it. You all feel the tension in your home. Oh, it's so hard to be with you. It's so hard to be with you. Always arguing, all these things happening. Can't pay bills, can't do that. But the greatest part about it is that you all stick beside one another and not harm one another in that process. Because that's another thing our people are doing because they're so stressed out. They're trying to harm one another because they can't release their anger out. But we have to understand that these things are, we've been attacked. So you understand that you'll hold that back from yourself, from doing these things. You know that you're being attacked. You know that both of you are being attacked in this reality. So it's going to cause that disciplined thought to come in your mind like, let me not do that. Because this is what's happening. So that's keeping that strength in your relationship, keeping y'all together because you're not letting this enemy in their mindset detach you all, and you know that that's what's happening.
Right. Exactly. You got the knowledge of the truth and what's taking place. You know why everything's happening because y'all original. And we don't have good luck like these devils and demons. So we have enough just to get by. And we have a little disposable to do, things that like how we're doing right now. To push this vision and give y'all all we got. To save your life. That's all we got energy for. We don't have energy to buy nice cars. We don't have energy to buy nice shoes and clothes and buy homes and invest in businesses. We don't have the money to do that. We don't have the energy to do it. You see?
Yes.
And that's another thing. We gotta, in how we are receiving more energy, don't invest in the devil's vision, because the devil's vision is going to be destroyed. And if you know that the devil's vision is going to be destroyed, and you try to stick in there, you trying to hold on to what you got, but it's going to be destroyed. You're going to be destroyed in the process.
Exactly.
So that's what we're here to do, to tell you to invest in your own vision, to invest in the Abrahamic covenant.
Yes, sir. The truth will set you free, sisters and brothers. This is your nature. This is free knowledge. I'm not asking you for no money.
Right.
Not like Farrakhan
They begging.
and his
They be having auctions,
preachers and
Right.
stuff over there.
raffles. They be
Not like
raffling off.
them. This is yours. This is your knowledge.
Mm-hmm. It comes as a free gift.
So it's up to you to do what you feel with this knowledge.
Right.
If it resonates, then by all means, the battlefield is waiting for you. So, sisters and brothers, with that, we are going to bring the NOI broadcast critique to a close, and we will be back with more. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.